as I'm worried about
his yellow ones.
his yellow ones. Cool,
All
cool,
right,
cool.
we are live.
So we're live.
We're live.
Oh
We're.
goodness!
I'll move it far enough back so that people can see what's.
Wow, that is so close. Yeah, and then I almost wonder if there's one. There's got to be one on the valve cover too. Let me just grab it and see if there's a reference mark. Because I got a little
All right,
excited about it.
there's only one person, but here we are live. There's the hot vapor Plymouth.
Hello!
There's
Let's
Faye.
get this
She's
crap out of the way.
she's working on the timing. We're working on getting it ready to get back into the car. So we're also doing carburetor stuff, repairing some carburetor, some broken pieces that were in the shipping. Hey, D Spanky.
Spanky's in the chat?
Spanky's
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Spanky.
the first one to say something.
All right, so the white marks are Smokey's
The
or
white
yours?
marks are mine.
Okay, so we got the mark here, we got the mark there, the white marks are lined up. I know, you're so
Yes.
smart.
These yellow ones here are his.
Yep.
Are his. And
So I'm feeling comfortable. I just don't like this line that goes off to nowhere, you know? That's a little weird. So
people may not know
Hey,
what we're
guys.
talking about.
So we got this amazing diagram for setting up the timing marks, and it's actually, I was thinking it would be a little bit more Volkswagen, I mean it's kind of Volkswagen. Where did I put my flashlight? Somewhere. I'm probably sitting on it. Where is it? All right, there it is. So we got the crank pulley has like a little dot on it here. And yeah, this intermediate shaft pulley. Is this oil pump pulley? Like, what is this intermediate shaft?
This is for the oil pump and the distributor drive.
Oh, perfect.
So it goes across
very
there.
Volkswagen-y.
It's just like a rabbit, kind of.
You know, it really is. And then these are like, you can't really see from there, but Smokey had his own paint marks on this thing. So I'm like, this is pretty cool. I'm looking at Smokey's reference marks. So we've got, but look here, he's got his yellow and his yellow here. So that's lined up. And then that dot and that dot, which he painted yellow. This one over here, I'm not quite sure what's up with this line.
And then he had this little piece of coat hanger that we all use in the industry. Well, this Smokey's coat hanger.
Yeah.
And that's his mark there.
Yep.
For his number one.
So.
And what we're doing is, before we get this back in the car, we want to change the timing belt. We want to put a brand new timing belt. We want to put a brand new idler on, just to make sure there's no reason. This is the original one that was on the car. So we do want to just change the belt.
So now that I'm happy with where it's at, I'm going to take some pictures of it just so nothing goes wrong. And you said you have a tool for holding it, or is there or just like a wrench? Yeah, we'll just put an adjustable wrench on there. That sounds good. Alrighty. So I like where that is. And you already marked the belt up, right?
Yes, that's what I did. What I did is just put a line on where he's at.
Exactly. Yeah, so that if we have any questions, we can just put it back exactly where it was.
Exactly. I thought I would even slide the belt off. You know, everybody.
Let's do that.
The trickery that Smokey did.
Where'd that paint marker go?
Right.
Here we go.
So I just thought we would actually just put the lines right on it, and as long as we get the lines back up to all of them on, he did this cam gear, and there's some different stuff. This cam gear, he actually took 2 cam gears and machined the back of one, the front of one, mated them together, put 4 bolts. It's even kind of weird. One's a stud and 3 are bolts. You know, or no, 3 are studs and one's a bolt.
Yeah.
But he did that to make it an adjustable timing gear.
Are you cool if I draw on it just to do another set? Okay.
Yeah.
And then I was going to do another set just for today. So for today, we're blue.
And then we know that exactly. Those are all blue.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Crank. And then we're here. Yep. Oh, you already got your line here, which is great. I'm just going to go right over this one because it's so good. And you labeled that one water pump. Even though the water pump's there, but that's cool. We'll label that one water pump again too, and then I'm gonna redo your line up here. I think so this you must have just marked for the head, but I'll take it.
Ah, there you go.
The top line for the head there, and then these 2 for
So I don't know if anybody has any questions or anything else, but you're seeing the inside of the hot vapor engine. So everybody's, like I said, everybody's, what's going on? And we're going to pull this off, and we're going to just clean some stuff up.
Yep.
So I've had this off before. We just came, came back from Manhattan, the show. So there's actually rags stuffed in here, rags stuffed in here. There was rags stuffed everywhere. So now we're basically tearing it back down, not all the way down, and getting rid of all the rags. We want to pre-lube, not the turbocharger, the homogenizer. So we're going to go ahead and put some lube on it, make sure it's lubed so it doesn't dry start. I need to put, as soon as we get that off, I'm going to pull the cam off, and then we're going to put lube on the cam.
I'm about to relieve tension. Are you ready?
We're about
I might have to
release the hounds?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready to release the hounds. Not without us.
I mean, if it's happy hour, I can have a beer, right? Or not? Or no?
Yeah,
or I don't know.
Be stressed before we release the hounds?
We shouldn't be drinking. Oh, maybe I need to drink a beer when I work on Smokey stuff.
It's really like in the spirit of Smokey.
In the Smokey, in the early days of Smokey, he would most definitely have Seagram 7 in the early days. And then when he was working on the hot vapor stuff, he had stopped drinking. So, I have water, but
we got water.
Yeah, we got to stay hydrated in Texas.
All right.
And look, I do have water, so
All right, Danny.
Okay.
You're cool with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Because it's
cool
as cool as he's gonna be. I don't know. Have you kept your cool today, Danny?
Yeah, this is Texas. So I don't know. I guess no one really cares about seeing anything about it, or
well,
no
also like
questions,
everyone's working right now too.
Oh,
so.
That's true. So later on, y'all will come back and go ask questions, and I'll go, I don't know. You should have been there live. So there, and then we have a brand new one.
Yep.
Oh God, look a little bit.
Oh my God! Compare old and new.
Well, back then everything was metal.
Hi, Sarah. Hello.
And look, now everything's plastic.
Oh man! You show them; they can't see.
Oh, sorry. So I don't know. Huh? It looks the same. We'll use it, but I'm gonna save the original one.
Yeah, let's get. Damn, it still feels good, Danny.
I know, and it was
Still feels good.
Like I said, this all came from Daytona Beach, Florida, so it was there's a lot of rust and stuff, surface rust, but
there's a little play actually. There's a little, but it's still so smooth.
So we're gonna just be,
All right, feel that. Tell me what you think, though. Man,
it actually spins better than the new one, but
well, the new one it
has lube on it. I know.
Yeah. It should be. It should have more resistance. That's good.
Yeah, it does spin a little easy, but
that's because
it's not bad.
Grease is worn out of it a little bit. So.
Like I said, the car has 9,000 original
We'll put
miles.
that in a second. We gotta pull the belt off now.
Here we go. The moment is now.
I keep on saying that, and then I keep on delaying. All right.
Pull it, or are you a little timid to pull that?
Oh, what's that?
I said you keep on not wanting to pull it.
Well, I just doing anything on this motor. It's like, oh my God. Okay, come on, here we go.
There you go.
And also the cam's super loose right now, so it's like a little bit, and it's gonna like wiggle, 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 wiggle. And now, getting this off, Danny.
Yes, I
we thought about this, huh? Getting it off without hurting the.
Well, now we even know that it's.
Well, I know. So since someone already messed it up at the show. All right, so we're gonna put this with our special. Where are you putting our special parts that we're saving?
We're gonna put those in a box. But if you want to just lightly, we're gonna lay this on top of that one,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Always verify. Always verify. Yep.
And then
this one doesn't have marks on it.
No.
Look at this. Look at this. Our new belt doesn't have any marks on it.
Oh, you're used to the Toyota marks or the import mark. Yeah.
I'm used to the Toyota marks, people. Where am I looking? Where's the camera? I can't even see where am I saying hello to? Somewhere over there. Okay, in this weird little black thing. The Toyota ones will have little lines on them for cam, crank. So when you line them up, they line up great.
Yeah.
This one, and then that just helps to reaffirm that you're doing it right. And this one, I'm just like,
that's why I put lines on it, because when I pull it off, it just doesn't hurt.
Yep.
So we'll lay that one right with it, and then transfer at least a dot on each tooth.
Yep.
And we'll get it exactly right.
Well, I don't like this. They're not the same length.
No.
Yeah. Here, you hold one. I'll hold the other. Let's pull them. All right, mine are even. Are yours even?
Yeah.
Pull.
Pull.
Does one feel longer than the other one to you, or is it just me?
Okay, all the teeth are perfectly
They
lined
are perfectly
up.
lined up? Okay, let's see. Can you see? All right.
Go like this.
Okay, let's just verify. Okay, let me get my teeth lined up.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, are we good?
We're good.
I just freak out for no reason.
No, well, we're lining up the whole.
See, just looks. This one feels a little bit. Does the new one feel bigger to you, or
Well,
is it
one's
just?
might be a little stretched, but I think we're lined up right on the money.
Okay.
Okay, we've already verified all of these teeth are perfect, right?
Okay, all those
So
teeth
we're
are
getting
perfect.
around here. Look, that's lined up. I'm losing it right here.
See, this is exciting stuff, people. This is exciting stuff.
And they're like, people are probably checking out. They're
Lawnmower
like,
says, "Be careful how we hold those belts. This is a family channel."
Oh, okay. I don't know why every time I hear belt, I cringe. My dad, go get the belt.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, everyone lines up.
Are we happy? All right. Okay.
All right. So now we're just gonna just transfer.
All right, we're gonna transfer the lines. All right. Do we have? Are you obviously? I like to put my numbers facing me.
There you go.
Do you have a particular way that you like to have your numbers going?
Let me go ahead and pull this off now.
Yeah, you pull that off. Pull it off.
And we're gonna put some lube underneath, and then you can start putting it back on.
You better put some lube underneath. Let's see. All right. Man, I don't know why.
We got 4 people watching, 3 people.
No idea. Oh my God! We've got 36 people watching this live stream. What are we doing? All right, let's back it up so they can actually see us here.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, here we go. There's Danny's face. Hi, Danny. Sorry. Oh my gosh, this is like the longest, most ridiculous timing belt installation ever. But sorry, people. I'm just really stressed out.
We started with that, and then we ended up going to the carburetor. And it's still a carburetor. He still called it a carburetor.
Yeah.
And then we started repairing the damaged piece.
Oh, we've been doing a million things.
Yeah.
And also spending a lot of time observing. Now, are you gonna, so you're taking the camshaft out right now, so we're not gonna, so I won't be able to actually install it just yet.
Yes, just
I'll transfer over the numbers. All right, I'm gonna get this on the table, stretch it all out.
Look at that. The camshaft.
What's that?
A camshaft.
Camshaft.
In case no one's ever seen a camshaft before.
Is it anything special, Danny? Is that the stock camshaft? Do you ever get anything to it?
You asked there's some secrets there's some secrets to the camshaft, and no one else has asked, so I'll tell you in private.
Okay.
No, it's kind of cruel, right?
I don't know.
No, it's kind of cruel. Now maybe somebody will ask now, what is Danny talking about? I'll tell you what I found. This engine was also developed in the kit. After Chrysler went through all of the things with Smokey, then he was going to do this as a kit with Holly with crane cams.
Okay. Oh.
So they were going to make it into a kit. One of the things about it was that it needed to be able to be put on a stock engine.
Right. Okay.
And that's even what Chrysler wanted. They didn't want something that was going to destroy the engine, so on and so forth. So while some of the other hot vapor engines have special cams and stuff, what did I find after doing so much work on the cam doctor and everything and mapping this cam out? That's why all this was loose. And then mapping out another cam is he did his stuff on the timing. But so there's the answer. It's just not really.
Long story short is it's most likely it's a stock part.
Yeah, the cam
is a stock part.
Specking right out to the thing. And look, remember I was telling you about the engraving? Even the lifter.
Oh my God, wow.
So
everything is marked.
He engraved the lifters.
Wow.
He engraved the rockers. The rockers are engraved. There's a little number 1, and I could tell his handwriting.
Do you think he did this stamping too? Like this S and this 1?
I don't know. I know a lot of stuff that everything I see on a lot of his other engines, a lot of stuff, anything Smokey, I could tell his handwriting, and he engraved everything. Everything was engraved. So let's put number 1 back in number 1. I'm gonna put number 2. Let's put it back in number 2.
Yeah, you better.
All right. So let me get some.
Does anyone have any questions? Let's see.
It's awfully quiet, right? It's like.
Are they awfully quiet? It's probably just on in the background while they're working.
Well, y'all, sorry we're working. Well, maybe we should sit down. Also, right when this is done, then we're going to jump over to Faye's channel, and it's going to be a premiere.
Yeah, my video's
Yeah,
gonna go
so
live.
we're doing a live premiere. Right when this ends, we'll give you 5 minutes, and then we'll go over, and we'll be back. And I think we'll be sitting down and having a drink, having a beer, having some water, having something. And then we'll do our normal live stream from the normal place where we do live streams from.
Love it.
So there is going to be a premiere. Stay tuned. Don't get.
Not on this channel, on my channel.
Yes,
and Danny's in it.
On Faye's channel.
Danny's in it. It's about the soup bread though, so it's not about the hot vapor.
Yeah, but it's still. I think everybody likes to be involved.
Just the build, yeah.
Yeah.
And you marked something here, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark that there too. Line and dist is what you wrote there. So I'm guessing that's distributor.
Oh, distributor. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm just what I'm doing here. I know you can't see me over here, but what I'm doing is I'm very, very carefully counting the teeth and transferring my marks from one timing belt to the other. And this is like not because I don't know how to install a timing belt, people. But Smokey's got a lot of marks on here, and I just want it to be exact. I don't want anything to be off because of me. So.
And what we might find that maybe we're the only ones that are excited about this, and y'all may think this is boring. I mean, we may never do that. We just thought that everybody says that this engine didn't exist and blah 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 blah, and then so you're actually seeing it live. I mean, it does exist.
Yeah.
And then when it's in the car and running, I mean, you can say I saw him working on it. I mean,
Yeah, we're actually doing stuff. Like, I don't know what people think this doesn't exist. That's weird.
I just love how that lifter, I don't know if you can see it, but it has a 5 right there. And the rocker has a 5, and he actually machined the rockers too.
So Bob Miller's asking a question that I think is really important to the discussion, which is what oil did this use? And I think it's important to discuss that. He also had a question about the fuel, but I suggested that we go through that later on in the video series.
Well, great. We wanted good questions, and that's a great question.
That is a good question.
Bob Miller. So, Mr. Bob Miller, this is for you. And you're right. This is a special oil. Back in the day, we can discuss what stopped us from going into production, and you can read all about that. There's plenty of articles on it. But one of the things was, it was $98 a quart. Is what Smokey used. It was a synthetic. The reason I got into synthetic way back in the day, because I've been
$98 a quart.
Yeah, this is way back in the day.
They can't see you. They're looking at me staring at this freaking timing belt, which is great. There we go. Get there. There we go.
So oil back then, when Smokey used in here, even when we met him, we talked about this at SEMA. When he was there, one of the things was the reason I started going into synthetic oils way back in the day and became an AMSOIL dealer was because of Smokey Yunick. But it's most definitely synthetic oil. It would not survive on petroleum oil. Back then, in the 80s, what did Smokey say? It was $98, and I think he wrote in his book. It's $98 a quart is what the oil cost for synthetic oil back then.
Wow,
yeah,
that's insane.
Like I said, then I became a AMSOIL dealer, and Smokey says the brand doesn't matter. That's what Smokey told me. The brand does not matter as long as it's 100% synthetic. If it's not 100% synthetic, you have, to his words, you have shit for oil, so get synthetic oil.
Do you think that that brand doesn't matter? Do you think that has changed with today's development of
most definitely
of
brand
oil?
matters
yeah,
today.
okay, just
so
saying.
I can tell you what synthetic oil never to use in something that you care about, but we won't go there because we don't want to isolate people and all that kind of good stuff. So
everyone's surprised when I tell them that little tidbit of info. Yeah.
Yes, if you knew how many different versions of that oil there was, then you would not.
If they know us, they already know.
Yeah, but so you want to use AMSOIL is a great one. They're not the only one. But you want to use 100% synthetic. You don't want to use snake oil. You want to use 100% synthetic, not a blend. If you're going to go, if you believe in synthetic and what it does, then you can't go, oh, okay, so I want to blend. Oh, I like some oxygen, not a lot. No, you need oxygen to, in other words, you can't say, I'm on board. I believe in it, but let's do a blend. Well, then you didn't really understand what that meant. So you want to get 100% synthetic. If it's 100% synthetic, you're good to go. I would do an Amsoil. I would do a Joe Gibbs. What have I learned from Faye? I would do a Valvoline synthetic. And the reason is, if you have to go back to one of our first videos, the first video that I was in when Faye came in with her head.
How we became friends.
Yeah, and that head was so warped, and it didn't destroy the cam journals. These late model heads, and I can call this late model, this was in the 80s, but they're aluminum, and they don't have cam bearings. They just are machined, it's aluminum, and so it's really easy to gall up the cam bearings, especially with how warped her head was.
It was so bad.
And one of the first things I asked is, what kind of oil are you using? Because I'm like, damn,
Yeah, so if you watch that video, then you know.
Then you know.
Put it in the chats. What oil did I use?
What oil did Faye use on her Toyota Supra?
Yeah, we'll see who's paying attention.
We'll give you a gift card. We'll give
you a $15 gift card to eBay Motors.
Yeah, there you go. So if you can answer what oil Faye had,
what oil did I use?
we will send you a $15 gift card to eBay Motors. How's that?
Perfect.
There you go.
I love it. Yeah, we're about it.
So I got this prelude. I'm using a Clevite bearing lube. I normally would have grabbed my Amsoil lube, but this is just to lubing the top for assembly. So, but all good lubes. Don't stress out on that.
Danny, I'm snaking this belt around this pulley. Would you mind holding this pin again, since it's Smokey's pin?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's Smokey's pin. I don't want to mess it up. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. I mean, we're not like no one's lined up yet. We're just getting it on.
Yes.
We're just getting it on.
This is for controlling the oil pump, which doesn't have to be timed, but it also does control the distributor. Do we have another question?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So I have that.
And this is gonna go on this side, and that's gonna go up there, and then we're gonna get this guy in place. Alrighty. Do you have a belt tension gauge?
I do not. I have my hands, what I usually use. Just, and I don't believe that one has one of those little lines that you just line up. Like some of them do. I don't think that one does
Nope.
it?
No, it doesn't have anything. That's all right. I don't even have a cam gear right now. What am I supposed to do? No, that's fine. Alrighty. Yeah, we're just
And we're not
left to our own
replacing.
devices here. We just got these guys, so that guy's gonna go. Obviously, I've got nothing holding it in place, so that's got to turn a little bit in order to get to our lovely little diagram. All right, well.
All right.
Yeah, so it calls this an intermediate shaft, obviously. And it does seem to want to line these up. So, oh yeah, it controls the distributor, so it has to be aligned in a proper way. All right, so we'll get back to there. We'll get back there in a second. Has anyone figured it out yet?
What oil we're using?
I know. Danny, we got 48 people in the room. That's pretty kick-ass.
Pretty good. Just to see somebody doing a cam swap and a timing belt thing, that's actually pretty good. Like I said, we may learn that people don't want to see silliness, but we do.
David says that his engine uses 100% Valvoline full synthetic high mileage oil.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lon is so close. 7590 long life synthetic gear lube. You're actually pretty close there. You're actually pretty close. Have I used Hot Shot Secret synthetic oil? I have not. Let's see. Snoopy's asking, is there any way Chrysler can confiscate that technology from you?
No, because Smokey bought it back. Smokey bought it back after, because Chrysler basically wanted to just own it and kill it. Well, Smokey didn't want somebody to just own it and kill it, because he sold it to Chevy, bought it back. He sold it to, it was in the DeLorean. It was in Chrysler. Every time Smokey would just buy the technology back, because he didn't want it killed. He wanted it done. So it's free and clear. And then in his will, he had Trish let the patents expire. So there's nobody has any rights to it. That's us. So yes.
Also, we have some sad news.
Oh, sad.
Oh, and I gotta say, Sean Adams is extremely close. He named the oil that I use in my Volkswagen Rabbit Shell Rotella 1540. That's pretty deserving of recognition. Maybe of a gift card. It's not the Supra though. But we have some sad news.
No.
Someone in the room, Blazer 02 LS, just lost his sister to cancer.
Oh.
So let's send some love his way. So let's everyone. Oh my gosh, everyone's already on it. Everyone's giving some love.
Well,
to Blazer. That's right. I don't know. I couldn't imagine losing my little sis.
Condolences to you and your family.
Oh.
We were just talking about Nelson. Cancer is a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
We have friends that is.
I'm so sorry,
yes.
Blazer.
Well, maybe this will cheer you up for just a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little distraction, hopefully.
That's all we can do.
It's like, yeah, I don't know what else to do. I know.
All
right, so we got our nice. Look at that.
Okay.
Lovely.
Want to put the
Nice
caps
little
on?
blobs. We got little blobs. Show them the caps.
Film the cap. Yeah. And all I'm doing is because we're using the same seals. And I'm just using some 3M weather adhesive, which we use on seals. You don't want to use RTV, because RTV could actually push the seal out with pressure.
Yes.
RTV is good for a lot of things, but behind a seal, it's really not the thing to use. This is actually going to dry hard, and it's just going to glue the seal in place. So, and it doesn't need anything. Originally, you'd want to put it on dry. You don't want to use any sealer. In fact, in a tech world like you, it probably would be never use any sealers on a seal, right?
Yeah. That's I was a little surprised. That's why I'm like, you got to explain what you're doing there.
Well, these are old seals. So these seals are old to begin with. So that's why they're just old, and I just we're not going to replace them because they're the original seals. So.
I know. Just like you're never going to register the car, so you're never actually going to be able to drive it legally.
Yes, it has a. What do they have on it right now? An eBay Motors.
Explain why. Explain.
Yes, because the car has an original 9,000 original miles, and was sold to Smokey for $1. So he never he put it in his name. It has a bill of sale, but he never put it in his name. So he drove it around with no plates or yeah. So we're gonna do the same thing. What do we have? We have an eBay Motors plate on it. So I'm hoping that gives us some love, and maybe the officers won't pull us over. I don't know.
We'll see.
We don't want to.
We have a good relationship with the officers in this area, at least.
Yes, and can you imagine if a car got impounded?
God.
Because you couldn't get the car back because the title's not in your name. We'd have to go get. There is some things to worry about.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna have to buy an enclosed trailer just for that thing.
Yeah.
Stressful.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab this for a second, if you don't mind. Hopefully Hopefully I know how to take this off without hitting any of the buttons. That's a stressful part. Which side of this actually moves? All right, we're trying this. I'm trying to grab the phone. This is so we can sort of see what's going on here. Let's see. We got a lot of questions here.
Okay.
Tony's asking, how is my electrolysis coming? You're about to find out at 3:00. So in another half an hour, you'll get to see it actually is coming along. Great. I'm so excited for you to see. Sebastian's asking, do we see any back engineering purpose for implementing on new cars? Because it could be handy with the oil prices.
Yes, it is. And to answer that question, we're actually developing the new hot vapor engine. So we're working on basically his platform, what we learned. For back in the day, it was perfect. It was fine. but he refused to put a fuel injection on it. He left it carbureted. The manufacturers wanted it to be fuel injected. He refused because he didn't want to add that expense to the vehicle. Well, we're fast forward to today. So our modern hot vapor motor is going to be if you look at this cam, it's flat tappet. It is not a roller cam. So this thing got 54 miles per gallon, 250 horsepower with a flat tappet cam. So if we took the same modern motor, a Honda, a Toyota, anything, they're all roller now. So now we're full roller, we're full synthetic. Synthetic doesn't cost $96 a quart anymore.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, so it's gonna be synthetic, it's gonna be full roller, and it's gonna be fuel injected. So we're gonna now be able to take what he did as a baseline, and just by the things that we're gonna do to it, we should be able to enhance it. If we enhance about 1 mile per gallon, we'll be, at 55 miles per gallon, so we
That'd be
expect
killer.
we expect to get more than 1 mile, but so our modern engine is just going to take this technology and put on a modern engine.
Really good question. So yeah, I mean, is there an opportunity to put this this whole system, like a kit like this, onto a modern car? I mean, maybe. It's a real engine, like
we are going to do a retrofit kit. Because can you imagine if he had a retrofit kit for Chevy small block, a Ford 302 and a Chrysler 318? Well, all the guys out there in California which are not going to be able to drive their hot rods, I know for right now a certain year you don't have to have emissions. Eventually everything's going to get emissioned out. So would you rather pull your small block out of your Camaro and put in an electric motor in? Or would you rather put in a conversion kit that would convert it to hot vapor?
Right, exactly.
Our belief is that internal combustion isn't dead. It's just in a hiatus right now because of, what's happening.
So, Heavy Hans is asking, with hot vapor engine, does that increase cylinder head pressure?
In a sense, yes, but not while you're thinking. But yes, that's one of the beauties of.
I don't know how he knows what you're thinking. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're thinking cylinder pressure is cylinder pressure. You make power by cylinder pressure, So you're onto something without saying too much. I don't know. Yes. So it does increase cylinder pressure, but it's not doing it by the homogenizer, which looks like a turbocharger. Yeah, that's a one-way check valve.
So. And Tom has a valid point about kits.
Mm-hmm.
The reason Crane gave up on them was because of liability.
Yes. This was our Tom?
Yes, our Tom.
Rocha.
Tom Rocha. So, yes. So, liability, what Crane wanted to pull horsepower. They wanted to pull horsepower to make it like where there wasn't going to be any chance of any issues. So if they were going to sell a kit, they wanted to, okay, we don't need 250 horsepower. Let's just make 100 extra, whatever, 150 horsepower. And Smokey just, no, there wasn't a need. This is a reliable engine, so that you don't need, this makes 250 horsepower, but Crane and the liability issues says no one needs that kind of horsepower. Let's pull 100 horse out and make a 150 horse kit. And Smokey just wasn't going to do that. They said, he refined it. This is reliable. We're going to prove that this is reliable, and that was the valid point back then, is the liability of a 250 horsepower kit.
And Bob Miller is asking about compression. Just compression, question mark.
Compression, question mark, the starting compression or ending compression?
I'm not sure exactly what he means, so.
Let's just go with the starting compression. This is the kit for Chrysler, then Crane, so it was made on a stock platform, so stock compression. 8.5 to 1 compression.
Excellent. And we got another question. Heavy Hans is asking again, would it require head studs to keep the head gasket from leaking? Any head gasket issues?
It did not. But these are factory head bolts. The beauty of what we're doing is, why not put ARP, we don't necessarily need ARP head studs, but head bolts.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, I do for those guys over there. Then,
But back then, this was early on, and Smokey Yunick was very influential in ARP. If you go get your ARP catalog or you go online, they still have his picture there, and they give him homage. And because he used all ARP bolts, and he actually helped in the early stages, and so they still, he's still in the catalog even to this day. we have the advantage now. Oh, we're going to use ARP bolts over the whole darn thing. You most definitely. He was doing this as a kit on a stock thing. Remember, Chrysler was going to make this in production. So this has stock Chrysler head bolts, stock, rocker bolts. All the bolts that are in the engine are stock. Now, all the bolts that are external are aviation bolts. So they're the 12 little point of aviation bolts. I need a full one. So they're little, here you go.
Oh, yes,
so you
yes,
remember these were on, if anybody's an A&P mechanic or worked at NASA, you would know what these are. So these are aircraft bolts. Well, this has aircraft bolts all over it.
I see those and I'm just like, they're ARPs.
Yeah, and the reason being, because he had a friend that worked at NASA.
Interesting.
Yeah, but...
Wait,
ARP,
during what time frame?
This was in the 80s, but he started, I got a bunch of stuff from Smokey, all his, 78, so all of them are aircraft bolts. But then ARP started, coming around, and then you didn't have to borrow some from work and bring them home, so now you can just buy them from ARP. The aircraft bolts, you had to go to an aircraft supply house, it wasn't available to the public. Not that you couldn't go to, a salvage yard, an airplane salvage yard, so that's the beauty of the airplane, of the ARP bolt, is that you can just buy it off the shelf now. So yes, most definitely our motor will be all high quality bolts, and probably ARP. ARP, if you're listening, send me some bolts. But anyway.
Oh, yeah, Alcom Razor says Trish could hook you up, and hey, we tried, homie, we tried. Yeah, it doesn't work. It's not that easy.
and because we love Trish. She loves us. She's all on board, everything else. But
she doesn't control that.
Exactly. ARP. That's not even in marketing. That's a totally different world. It's a totally different world. So.
And we got to be better at social media and fill out all these forms and stuff. And it's just we're so old school. We just want to be here doing this.
I want to borrow your sockets.
Borrow my sockets. Yeah. Look at what a mess I've made. Oh my God, this is embarrassing. What do you want? Metric or God, they are in. There we go. Oh God. Amen. What sort of coolant does it use? Is a question.
The coolant, because that's another good question. Just because so many people thought that this thing runs excessively hot. All of the myths on this is it runs excessively hot. It's cold natured. What have I seen? And I can actually, what have I seen? I can just tell you for a fact. This has a half a radiator.
Yeah.
Yes, so the coolant is just a regular coolant, but it doesn't have a humongous radiator with cooling fans everywhere because this thing ain't gonna live. No, in fact, it is so energy efficient. Instead of releasing the heat to atmosphere and getting it away from the engine, what Smokey do? He took those BTUs, that energy, and put it back in the engine. So since he took that energy and put it back into the engine, the radiator is half size.
Yeah.
And this is phase 1. In phase 3 of the hot vapor or adiabatic engine, as Smokey, as it's called.
Which you never got to phase 3, right? We have not gotten to phase 3, but there's no radiator, right? That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, but
there's no radiator, right? There's nothing.
There's no need to lose that energy to atmosphere. But even in this phase here, and when we get back to the car, and we've shown it in the other videos.
Oh yeah, our other live stream, we showed the car, and Danny's got a whole bunch of videos on the car. I've got one short little video on the car, yeah.
And the radiator's just big. It's a little bit.
It's so small. I know, it's a baby.
The reason it lives with that little radiator because it uses the heat. So the heat is not bad. Heat isn't bad anyway. We just don't know how to deal with it. We don't know how to deal with it, and we have blown head gaskets, blah, blah, blah. And
I feel personally attacked right now.
Yeah.
That's sorry, it's the 7Ms.
Oh, yeah. So, but heat is not bad.
Lawnmower pointed out Capri tools. Yeah, we love Capri tools, right? We got them everywhere.
Don't get us started on Capri tools.
And let's see. I don't get.
What we're using right now.
That's what we're using. We're using Capri tools. Herbert's asking if we're planning on using the engine as a power plant in a road trip. The answer is no. We're not going to register the car because the title still has Smokey's name written on it. And we still have the original bill of sale from Smokey. He's going to leave it as is, also with the car being 9,000 original miles. We're not planning on putting a ton of miles on it. We are going to do the tests. We will take it to shows. We would like to finish it up and take it to SEMA and do some other cool things with it, but we wouldn't be driving it around, no. And putting it's the original Smokey Yunick car, so we're not We're not looking to put it in harm's way. I mean, if anyone hit the thing, we'd both probably take a while to recover. So
yeah, so we do plan to
we'll drive it
to show it.
Yeah,
to drive it. I think we're gonna get a Wells Fargo trailer, or trailer, whoever makes trailers.
Wells Cargo. That's
Wells
right.
Fargo. I think a nice little trailer just for the car.
Just for the car.
And then we can just trailer the car there, but undo it, and then we are gonna
drive it off the trailer.
Yeah,
it's like
we drove it on and off the trailer when we took it to Manhattan.
Yeah.
So that was the car. So and the car is now roadworthy. That's another video y'all can watch of us getting the car ready. So the car's ready now. So but we do plan to show it off. The plan is that this year at SEMA. So if y'all are going to SEMA,
we don't have any concrete plans yet. So let's not. I mean, I haven't even registered for SEMA, so I don't even know if I'm going. So let's not say anything we don't plan on doing. David Blalak, how do you say your name, David? He's asking, what air-fuel ratio does the engine use?
What
air-fuel ratio? Yeah.
Good question, and I'm not going to even answer because I don't know the air-fuel ratio. We do have the carburetor apart, and I got a lot of data from the carburetor. But I couldn't tell you if there's too many myths and we don't know, and I don't even want to say. Some people say it's a lean burn, some people say it's normal. So I don't know.
We're gonna find out though.
Yes, this one was originally going to go on the dyno, and I was going to the car because I can't wait anymore. And we have other hot vapor engines. So
yes, yeah. In fact, we got one right over here.
Yeah, well, one of the other hot vapor engines is going to be just. We're going to extract all the data we can.
Yeah.
We know what the fuel ratio is.
This one's my annoying stand here. So this one right here is going to be the one that's going to go on the dyno, and we're going to get some numbers off of this one. So let's see. Right here, we got some more questions. Terry is asking, is hot vapor applicable in boosted configurations, turbo, supercharged, etc.?
And yes, because just we're seeing it here. So you'd have to really get into. I like it, like kind of like Smokey a little bit, in that I don't like to answer questions that you haven't read about yet. That are there. And I don't want to be.
He doesn't know. We're just
exactly. So
he's not a Smokey fan necessarily. We don't know. Like he's here.
Just to read a lot, because what I like to do is when somebody asks a question that I know you've obviously read, and now you have the same question that I had from there. If I know the answer, I'll tell you. But just to give out the little simple answers that are in his book, it's like kind of like. Guess why Smokey would get just so frustrated? You're asking the same questions that he's already written. It's in his books. I suggest you join us for book club. Go buy the books from Trish. They're cheaper than anywhere else. But
oh my God, sorry, I just had a question. Snoopy's asking, do I have time to shower before switching to my channel? Snoopy, we're going live at 3, which is 6 minutes. So if you can shower in 6 minutes, but Danny's got to answer this question. So
yes. So I guess I don't know what.
Tom Rocha answered the question, which is there's a full description in the patent. Just Google it, he says. but yeah. So all right, you want to finish with the short answer there, and then we can say bye. That's true, right?
That's very very good. One of the myths is detonation. And everybody, you can watch the YouTube videos of, there's no way that this is going to work because of detonation. I'm a thermal engineer. All the thermal engineers just cannot get their head around this. And I'll give you the quickest, simplest thing that when you go watch those videos, and you could go, okay, those guys are clowns just because of this. You can be a thermal engineer and your professor held your hand and everything. Awesome. What does Smokey say about that? Is that you take away the thinking ability. You go to college and you think that if you're a thinker, you go to college and they squash your ability to think because they just tell you.
I agree with that 100%. Well, it's like look at the Wright brothers, homeschooled bicycle mechanics, and then the person, was it Langley, the Air Force Base is named after. He had the lift tables given to him in college, and he couldn't get anything off the ground because he thought that he took those lift tables, that was God, and then you had the Wright brothers that figured it out for themselves.
So the thing
actually thought outside the box.
The thing that I like to say or say is the thermodynamic guys are running all the numbers. I run all the numbers. There's no way I'm going to figure it out because numbers don't lie. No, numbers don't lie. But also understand this: how can you be so smart and yet not understand something. Okay, so they're running the numbers on the fuel. They're running, and you're going to have detonation because at that temperature, there's no way the fuel can live, and blah, blah, blah. And they're running numbers in the fuel, okay? This is the first thing I ask. On your numbers that you're running, because numbers don't lie, what are you using for your temperatures? Oh, you're using, atmosphere, you're using barometric pressure, right? And you're using ambient air temperature. Okay, let me give you an example. Water, it boils at a certain temperature, right? I didn't go to college, but water boils at a certain temperature, right? Where it boils at that temperature at barometric pressure. Put water under pressure. Smokey Yunick would pressurize the cooling system to 80 psi, and then he would raise the boiling point of water.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm giving you all the answers right there. So now go run all your numbers. And you're running numbers, and you're acting so silly.
Nope, Sean just won.
What?
Valvoline VR1.
Yeah.
Sean just won. All right, Sean. Sean, yep. Email therealshopmom@gmail.com, and she's going to send you out an eBay Motors gift card. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Danny.
No, that's the thing. If you do all the numbers, and you're using standard barometric pressure, and using ambient air temperature, 100 degrees are here, and you can change those ambient air temperatures, and you're saying that this is not working, I just gave you the clues.
Right.
You're testing a fluid, right? And we just know, we just talked about it, that water changes, right, by temperature, right? Be like Bruce Lee, be like water. So water can be soft, and yet water can be hard. So water can be, when you get it really cold, it changes, right? It's solid, right? But yet water can turn into a vapor, right?
Yes.
By temperature.
Yeah.
So why are you doing all these numbers and ruining your time and your brain when I try to give you these clues that you're using barometric pressure, standard barometric pressure, 29.9 or whatever it may be, and you're using ambient air temperature, 80 degrees, 90 degrees, 100 degrees. Do your calculations, and just for the heck of it, not knowing anything, change those two variables. Start raising the temperature. Oh, now we're talking a different animal. So fuel is not acting the same. Yes, fuel detonates at a certain temperature. That's why we try to cool fuel off, right? Because it's the standard fuel that we're used to. But if you manipulate the fuel by temperature and pressure and all the, it's not the same animal. If water's not the same, how can fuel stay the same? So, all right. So we're going to, because that's right. We have 5 minutes. Everybody needs to now get yourself something to drink, get yourself freshen up, ponder these questions.
Wade summed it up really nicely. He says, "Be water, my friend."
Yeah. Exactly. I love it. So yes, be water, my friend, and we'll see you in 5 minutes.
All right.
On Faye's channel. So
heck yeah! And also, don't forget, y'all. This is just a quick live from just a badass Friday. But Danny is gonna be making a lot more videos about this. And wow, looks like it's time for you to put the time back on. Finally, this time has come.
5 minutes.
All right, we'll see you.
Clean up. We're gonna freshen up and clean up as well.
Yep, and we will see you in the live chat of my premiere video. See you guys soon. Bye. Peace and assembly grease.
Peace and assembly grease.